Well, good morning. It's now 6:42. Maybe you had a chance last night to watch the President's State of the Union address. We are joined now by Congressman Jim Himes, who represents Connecticut's 4th Congressional District.
Congressman Himes, thank you for being here, both to share your thoughts on the President's speech and to talk about your work with this No Labels group. I want to start with the speech, Congressman. We saw so many of those green ribbons. We saw people from Newtown there. Tell me about your thoughts on what the President said about gun control and how Connecticut could play a role.
Yeah, well, the portion of the speech on gun control was without question the emotional and rhetorical high point of the speech. You know, the president almost had a call and response thing going on, saying it deserves a vote. You know, I couldn't help but notice that Speaker of the House John Boehner actually stood and applauded around his notion of these gun control initiatives. Whatever you think, vote yes or no, it deserves a vote. Speaker applauded that. You know, I think part of the reason that portion of the speech was so effective was, of course, many of us had brought victims of gun violence, family members and others, including many from Newtown, to be our guests at the speech. So, look, nobody should be under any illusion that this is going to be an easy effort here in the United States Congress, but it was really an emotional and rhetorical high point in his speech last night.
Well, Congressman, wherever you go, you hear about people who are very unhappy about the way Congress has been operating over the last few years, with all the division taking place between Republicans and Democrats, especially over gun control and the economy. Now, what can you do to make sure this atmosphere changes in Washington?
Well, you know, it's important to my constituency in particular that Congress be functional, and that, yes, we will disagree on the issues, and that's fine. That's part of democracy. But obviously Congress has boiled over in the last couple of years where disagreement has become dysfunction. And so, you know, individually we can take steps. And last night I sat next to a good friend of mine, Scott Riggle of Virginia, Republican. We sat together. That, I think, took down the tone a little bit, as others did in the chamber last night. I've also gotten associated with a group you made reference to, nolabels.org. No Labels is a group that says basically you're going to come from different positions. Some of you are going to be conservative Republicans, others will be liberal Democrats, but we can have the discussion that we have in this building with civility. We can not question each other's motivations. We can look for the good and the true in the other side's arguments. I think if we just took that step, Americans' confidence in their government would improve meaningfully.
All right, Congressman Jim Himes, we appreciate it. We know you have to run. Thanks for giving us a few minutes this morning.
All right, thanks a lot.